minutes. And I'm pleased to introduce Laura Mottolla, the founder of the Lean Mining Institute and also President and CEO of Flow Partners. The topic that Laura will be presenting is the role of Lean augmented AI and the role that it plays in delivering value across the mining project lifecycle. Laura is a mining engineer with a Master's of Engineering in Mining Automation in McGill in '96. She has over 20 years of experience working in industry, mainly in mining and metals, but also in the automotive and aerospace sectors. Her expertise covers technology programs, management, mining automation, business improvement, lean systems, thinking and change management. Laura is recognized as a world leader in lean mining programs. I've had the pleasure of collaborating with Laura on a couple of projects, and I'm pleased to introduce her to this audience. Laura, over to you.
Thank you, Rick. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good morning or evening, wherever you are. It's a tough act to follow. Osvaldo's presentations are always so packed with so much information. But thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here presenting on a topic that's so close to my heart. So the title is kind of interesting, Lean Augmented Artificial Intelligence, but what does that really mean anyway? I sincerely hope to be able to illustrate what that means, at least from my point of view. But more importantly, I wish to increase your awareness of what is possible when you blend lean thinking and practice with emerging technologies such as AI, the insights provided by data science, and the power of an aligned project team resourced to solve complex problems. And the innovation potential inherent in this combination and integration of capabilities is indeed exciting. Let me just, the slides are changing, just checking. Okay, so you might have heard of lean, most likely in the context of manufacturing and in particular, the automotive industry. Lean, of course, originates from the Toyota production system, but it has since evolved and transformed organizations around the world in all industry sectors, and mining and metals is no exception. Nonetheless, in an age of digital transformation and data-driven decision-making, how could lean be of any relevance? And what, if anything, does lean thinking have to offer in this new digital agile world? Interestingly, with complexity and data-rich environments continuing to increase at an exponential rate, collaboration is paramount. And in particular, collaborative problem solving has become critical if we are to effectively solve the intractable problems our society faces today in this VUCA world. In fact, lean is a highly developed social technical system with a focus on people development and the management system required to continuously improve the work. Lean is a philosophy with a framework which helps to bridge the gap between our capability and the problems we need to solve by aligning people and processes with purpose in order to create value. Lean creates a learning organization by continuously developing people capability for collaborative problem solving at all levels. Fundamentally, digital transformation is a change management process driven by people. Throwing digital technology at the organization, however sophisticated, intuitive it may be, will not make it more productive or efficient in and of itself. This is where the idea of lean-enabled technology brings an interesting approach, whereby we're introducing advanced technologies like artificial intelligence in an organizational environment that is willing and able to use these these technologies in a collaborative problem solving. So what is the problem we're trying to solve? So in general, we can state the problem to solve might be to bring to life better mining and metals projects that are more sustainable in the broader sense, effective in terms of several dimensions, perhaps even circular by design. I'd love to see that. And we aim to do so by accelerating improved decision-making throughout the life cycle of a mining and metals project, from concept to operation to restoration, using lean thinking and advanced technologies such as AI. In the lean circles, we call this the lean digital revolution, and it can be relevant to mining. In this context, lean digital brings lean principles to the acceleration of digital transformation in the resource industry. So let's look at the project life cycle. Throughout the study phase of a mining and metals capital project, the standard FEL process of scoping, pre-feasibility, feasibility, and so on is set in a waterfall methodology, reinforced by the value it has been able to deliver through this method over the past 50+ years. The project stage gate process is in essence a critical risk management process, which allows for a gradual deployment of capital to progressively reduce risk as the project advances. One would never argue with the logic of such approach, but the methodology is stuck in a framework which promotes siloed thinking. Each subject matter expert constrained by a limited data set, largely pertaining to his or her domain of expertise, seeking to generate an operating scenario that is credible and feasible. In this environment, however, we cannot easily explore what is truly possible for the project. Furthermore, consider that study teams today have the opportunity to collaborate in integrated ways never possible before. Today, technology provides the ability to test thousands of scenarios that historically would be commercially restrictive to attempt in the context of the cost allocated to a study stage, especially early on. But it's not just about data. Additional value is created by the sum aggregate of the knowledge and experience of a diverse group of subject matter experts coming together to evaluate the many options a project can consider, as it seeks mainly to demonstrate commercial viability by optimizing NPV. It is time to refresh our project development approach and move to a more digital, agile world, where we learn to leverage what technology and data science has to offer, while demanding more from our study teams at each stage, such as accelerated project lifecycle, higher value creation, more accurate estimates earlier, lower cost of development, and most importantly, also realistic ramp-up curves. The required paradigm shift is not to be underestimated. We fundamentally look to transition from a command and control waterfall model to an innovative, agile leadership approach. And we know how challenging that can be. Which company will risk experimenting on a capital project with a drastically new way of working? Well, that remains to be seen, but I'm willing to bet it is someone in the junior or mid-tier sector. Now, let's look a little bit more closely at the lean approach. Lean mining is an end-to-end systemic view of our business, which is anchored in the core value stream of production, transforming raw materials into products that customers are willing to pay for. Value stream management looks at everything in terms of 5 dimensions: safety, or more broadly, sustainability, quality, throughput, time, and cost. Recently, we have been enriching this model by overlaying tangible and intangible metrics related to sustainability in the pursuit of addressing the 17 UN SDGs. Fundamentally, however, lean mining seeks to create a learning organization that adapts and responds to changing conditions to facilitate a sustainable production system by removing barriers to flow. This entails a certain level of process control and optimization loops to measure and manage the behavior of the system. Therefore, the quality and timeliness of the information flow is just as important as the material flow itself. for it provides the basis for measurement and the opportunity for better decision making. Lean mining seeks to integrate or to market for better overall business outcomes, increase throughput, manage variation, decrease cost, increase quality, increase overall equipment effectiveness, and decrease lead time while improving safety and environmental stewardship. It is our desire to leverage timely data to support lean mining value stream management, which has brought us to partner with Optica Solutions to establish the capability for project study teams and operations teams to develop a digital value stream map using the Acumen data science platform. The digital value stream map, developed through lean collaborative problem solving, accelerates alignment and shared understanding for better decision making and greater value creation. So let's look at the building blocks of this digital value stream map. A digital value stream map models the material flow while also capturing the associated data in context. Imagine a library where every object represents different parts of a value stream, where it be a piece of equipment, a human resource, raw material, work in process inventory, an energy source, etc. Each of these objects will contribute to the digital value stream via 3 types of data. The object attributes fixed data, such as nameplate capacity, footprint maximum energy rating, etc. The object attribute adjustable data, such as flow rates, process parameters, settling rates, etc. The object inputs, such as data from multiple IoT devices, and the object outputs. These include process output, waste output, heat output into the environment, etc. Accordingly, a digital value stream map provides enormous insight into a project or operation. It can be live and dynamic. It can be set as a static value stream map, where we are able to change variables and or set constraints to explore multiple time-dependent scenarios. The view of the digital value stream can be seen from multiple contexts. It may be centered on an optimization loop around the comminution circuit, for example, or we may be evaluating water, energy consumption across the entire flow sheet. A digital value stream map also provides the ability to evaluate constraint-sensitive scenarios. Digital value stream mapping is highly complementary to traditional value stream mapping practices, and in particular to organizations with a mature lean culture who are adept at evaluating and innovating in a collaborative manner across functions and across supplier networks. So the additional potential insights that can be gained by developing a digital value stream map capability are extensive. Let's look at an example. This slide shows a base metal primary circuit from run of mine to final filtration and tailings storage facility. Based on our previous slide, you can now appreciate the types of data available for each object in this flow sheet. The data can be live or it can be historical. It can be based on design criteria for projects. Digital value stream mapping can assist with simulation, what-if scenario analysis, debottlenecking, solving consumption constraints, and linking to really any type of decision. A digital value stream map is a data-rich complementary toolkit to traditional value stream mapping and serves as a foundational vehicle for driving continuous improvement and innovation through collaborative problem solving. From a project lifecycle perspective, the digital value stream map acts as the baseline for evaluating different project configurations, performing trade-off studies, and thereby selecting the options that provide a global optimum. A given digital value stream map is associated with a digital value driver trait. And a value driver tree is a visual representation of a business model that links a business value, for example, profit, to a set of drivers, any variables that can affect that specific value, for example, revenue and cost in the case of profit. Value driver trees are relational models associated with the value stream map. So they're built as a result of understanding the flow of value generated by a system and captured in the value stream map. Once the digital value stream map and the digital value driver tree are modeled in the data science platform, we can run numerous what-if scenarios and interrogate the model. Technology advancements allow us to run an unlimited number of scenarios, so we can test every possible outcome over a very complex system. It is a flexible planning and analysis tool which has endless possibilities of solving problems across the value stream and the life cycle of the mineral asset. The key, however, to unlocking the potential of lean digital is in leveraging the combined knowledge and experience of the many subject matter experts involved in the project or operation. It is their shared understanding of the value stream and the context in which it operates, plus their inquisitiveness and ability to formulate what-if scenarios that allows us to interrogate the model and enrich it with further insights. Lean thinking and practice develops collaborative problem-solving capability which, applied in conjunction with digital and artificial intelligence, reveals significant additional value earlier in the project lifecycle. In closing, a recent Gartner report stated the following: analysis is no longer enough. Today, there are more ways than ever to connect with one another. Yet the world is becoming more fragmented and siloed. Where has common ground gone? Why is there so little synthesis? In this fragmented world, we need to start seeing the bigger picture. We need next practices, not best practices. We need to start thinking differently. Analysis is the mantra of engineering, breaking down problems into smaller parts, solving at the local level. But solving complex problems requires synthesis. It is the interdependence of the parts of a system which yields the highest value in a sustainable manner. Like nature, we must think in systems of systems, and for that, we need augmented capability, lean augmented AI. How can we achieve synthesis while still employing analysis? We need to integrate our knowledge, develop non-linear thinking, merging data analytics with predictive capability, and the collective power of human minds engaged in collaborative problem definition and solving. This concept may have been far-fetched just a few years ago, but it is now coming of age in the 2020s. Gartner projects that by 2025, 20% of revenue growth will be from white space offerings that combine digital services from previously unlinked industries. This white space is the ability to effectively combine apparently disparate capabilities. In this case, lean thinking with data science to create lean digital. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Laura. You can assume there's a whole lot of people clapping at the moment. So it's
not sure about that.
Pleased to see you. That was a great presentation, very insightful. It's interesting, you know, we've been talking for a little while about the changing nature of our education, and Osvaldo spoke a lot about a change in the leadership style, and Jackie yesterday actually spoke about that we needed to teach in universities, we needed to teach a lot more collaboration. The nature of the way we teach doesn't align to the emerging needs. And you're here presenting a really important conversation about next best, not the next best, but in actual fact something different. And that gets back to that the progression of organizational development is not linear. You know, we're getting to that point right now where the way technology interacts with humans creates new organizational models that are not a natural transition. And we need to think differently. I mean, that's what I've been getting out of this presentation, Laura.
Yeah, and you know, thinking differently, it's not something we simply state. We have to practice. I do believe firmly in that. We develop new ways of working and acting through, through practice. And that practice brings us experience, which then influences our thinking. So lean is very powerful in that way. It allows to practice collaborative problem solving. And we have now this incredible capability that technology provides to put that to test in faster, rapid improvement cycles of experimentation. We need to engage in this new way in order to form the new sort of new connections in our brain as well, and feel what it's like to be successful in this new, different environment. I think that will make people more comfortable about trying new ways of working together.
Are you seeing evidence of this type of thinking emerging? Is there a receptive sector in the mining industry, or there are some leaders and some laggers?
Oh yes, well, in general, our industry is not known to be, on the leading edge of anything. But what I would say is that, we do have some very interesting opportunity as with the electrification of the world and industry at large, right? The battery raw material space is one that we now can shape completely differently, reconnecting raw material supplier with the end consumer that is buying the product, the battery electric vehicle, for example. And that provides a very different way of thinking about our industry, not as a commodity push production environment, but as a customer pool. And that comes with also different requirements, as Osvaldo spoke about, right? It's no longer just a license to operate. It's responsible sourcing, et cetera, et cetera. So we are at the cusp, I think, of providing, there's an opportunity for our industry to reshape it, the way that it thinks about itself, our business models, and how we engage collaborative across an ecosystem. And I think this is very exciting. So it's happening, but I would say too slow for my liking.
Well, I think we all like to see the world move faster. Laura, once again, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, talk to you soon. So we move on. I think that brings us to the end of the first session. We're now moving into two roundtables, one hosted by Nicolas Cubera from TA Mining, who will be discussing visualization technologies. Very keen to share his ideas with the group that joins him. And at the same token, there'll be another roundtable on stakeholder engagement. For those that are interested in the presentation that Osvaldo just provided, he'll be very keen to talk to you more specifically around what you would like to discuss in that area. So I look forward to joining the roundtables, and I will see you back at 12 o'clock Western Australian Standard Time for the presentation by Adrian Beer, the CEO of Mets Ignited. Thank you.